guys, how's it going? Today we have several things to work on out here and it is beautiful. 74 is our high, hardly any breeze. It's just a beautiful day out here. We've got a lot of trees to plant. That is going to be our main focus today. You can see this rack right behind me is just full of gorgeous trees, 12 of which are allocated for the cut flower garden, so we'll skip those. But the rest of them, you know, we were amping up our back stock of plants so that we had lots to choose from when the Dream Stream was installed. So it's likely that a lot of these will actually end up over there. But we've also got lots of space around the border in the dirt lands. There are a few spots in the south garden that we still want to put some things in. So anyway, I'm not sure where the trees will take us today, but that will be our main focus. If we have time left over, I would like to get the last variety of potatoes dug. And I've got this gator all outfitted with everything we need for the tree planting. We've got the bolt cutters to get the wire cage off, cutters, rakes, shovels, biotone. We've got water in the tank, and there's Benjamin and Samantha and Aaron are up there in the tractor. So we're just going to chip away here. We've got some Vanderwolf pines here at the end. We've got a couple of Fat Albert blue spruces. We've got a couple of electric blue deodar cedars. There's a London plane tree right here. Two thundercloud are these thunderclouds? These might be Crowder Vesuvius, I think is what those are called. A little smaller than the thundercloud. We've got two, I think we're going to actually start with one of these. Two of the Blue Falls, Angel Falls, what the heck name is it? I don't know. Oh, I was close. Angel's Blue Weeping Deodar Cedar.
That's a pretty name.
It is pretty, isn't it? We've got a purple ash. We've got a coffee tree. We've got 5 heritage birch trees. There's a couple of thornless hawthorns. Oh, I love the hawthorn berries. Is that what you call them? I don't know. But the leaves are so glossy. And then we've got a Norway spruce right here, and then we've got a Norway spruce that stays really skinny. I'm also going to be in and out of the house switching laundry today. I've got the timer set on my phone. I don't know what it is. I usually keep up on laundry pretty good. Maybe it was when everybody was here with the Dream Stream, but all of a sudden it feels like every stitch of clothing we own is dirty and sitting in piles in the laundry room.
This is like the bestest trees ever we could take.
I think so too.
So which one's the coffee tree?
Coffee tree is this one right here.
Right there?
Yep.
That's actually really.
It's a nice one, huh? But I think we're going to untie one of these so Aaron can come over here and use the pinchers to lift it, and we'll go set it in place. In fact, what I think is going to happen is we're going to place all the trees first while the pincher attachment is on the tractor. And then we'll come through with the auger attachment, pop all the holes in the ground, put the pinchers back on, and then we can get everything planted. And I hope we make a good dent in this pile.
Oh yeah. This is the biggest tree I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty dang big, isn't it? You should stand up next to it. Look at how tall that tree is. Woo! Is it kind of soft? It's got a huge root ball. All right, guys, so we'll do all the planting and then we will walk through and take a look at everything. I gotta go switch the laundry when you go place that one. All right, Aaron is gonna go place our 4th tree, and we are gonna stop by the house really quick on our way to go look at it and switch the laundry. First load is done. I also am gonna check on our dinner. I've got it in the crock pot. Got a pot of ham and beans going. So I had a ham bone and a bunch of extra ham from a meal I made like 2 weeks ago, and I had popped it in the freezer. So I soaked pinto beans overnight. And I put those in with all the ham and some tomato sauce and water and salt and pepper, onion, garlic. Yeah, it smells so good in there right now. But those will cook all day while we're out here working. And I'll make up some cornbread later on to have with it. Oh yeah. Cooking away. Doesn't look awesome right now, but it will be awesome. There's a rock. It's got Benjamin's name written all over it.
These are really special rocks.
What you doing with all those rocks there in your pockets?
I made a collection already.
Well, make sure they don't stay in your pockets next time, okay?
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's see them all. Oh my goodness, Benjamin.
Ah!
Okay, you get. We must have retrieved about 20 rocks out of that dryer. And I found a video card too, which is probably out of my pocket. Okay, you ready to rock? Beautiful pansies. Gotta set my timer for 1 hour so we can come back in and do another swap. Laundry swap, 1 hour, and go. There we go. All right, let's go. There was about 20 rocks in the dryer, or in the washer from Benjamin's pockets. That's what took me forever. I was fishing those out. I don't know about the placement out here.
Tell me where to put it.
I don't know. I'm kind of like a little stymied feeling. I don't know if I'm necessarily loving that blue spruce on that side. I don't know. We're gonna try it in between the London plane and the Sensation box elder. I feel like the London plane tree could move over even a little bit.
Where are we going?
Between the London plane tree and the Sensation box elder.
Oh, okay.
Just want to block like this little stuff down here, but not necessarily anything too high. It's not right. Nothing's right out there. Sometimes plant placement clicks really easily, and sometimes you have to try something in a couple different spots before it falls into place. I just want to make sure, these are such beautiful big trees, I want to make sure we get them placed right. What if we try it like right in here? Gosh, I really don't know about, well, that looks pretty. See, from this angle, it looks beautiful. So here's my reservations with planting up this area, or not reservations, but just like tentativeness, because I want to do it right. You can see that our view goes quite far, and the air quality is pretty bad today, so you can't actually see the mountains. But up above these hills right here, there's a mountain range that's really beautiful, and I love seeing that. So I don't want to necessarily block the tall stuff, but I would love to block this bottom stuff. You know, there's a busy road that goes right through here, and I just love to have a really pretty bank of things that just sort of covers the lower part, but not necessarily the taller part. And there can be a few things, you know, here and there, but I want windows toward the mountains. So I think that's why I'm struggling with where to place things just in this particular area. We aren't going to plant this back part up yet, because you can see we need to do a little buildup of the soil, a little bit of cleanup. There's some debris, some pipes and stuff, trash that we need to clean up, and we need to smooth it out. So we need to work on this space first before we start doing that. And once that's done, we can start planting up this area as well. That is pretty right there though. Maybe scooted back a little bit, but anyway. Okay, we've got 5 spots picked out so far for trees back here behind the barn. I think that Aaron would like to place those 5 heritage birch trees out toward where the horse paddocks are gonna be. So I think that's what we're gonna do next, and that will make 10 trees, and I think that's probably plenty for today. I am on my 6th load of laundry though. We did take a break in there to go have lunch. We took the kids down to the garden center as well. So a day full of work and fun. Birch trees next? Okay. Time for the auger. 10 trees, Aaron.
10.
10.
So 10 holes?
Yep. I don't remember that beep. Does it always beep like that?
Inside there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it beeps whenever you've got your clamps
Oh.
undone, or if you get off the seat.
Oh, I see.
It beeps a lot.
I just haven't noticed it, I guess. I don't know why. Oh.
How about that?
Easy peasy. Good job. So these are the first trees we're planting on the inside of the lane. that was just put in this space. You can see one of them sitting right there. Aaron actually picked these birch trees up on purpose so that he could create a bunch of them. So we're planting them really close together. He wants it to feel kind of like a little grove. Okay, just got the last hole dug. The only one that we skipped, I'm gonna walk over here, is the one for the plum tree. We just got into the process and we were both a little nervous about where the water lines are. We're not exactly sure, so Aaron's gonna look through his pictures. He did take some drone shots when all of the trenches were open, so hopefully we can find exactly where the lines are. If nothing else, we will dig this one by hand, but probably not today. So see, we got this far and thought, let's give it a second. You can see we've got water here. There's a frost free that runs over to the other frost free right through here. And then another line runs from this one to the frost free in front of the red barn. But see, we've got a water access right there. See that white pipe? We're not sure if it goes straight diagonally, and if it does, we would have run right into it. But we also think maybe it was trenched over and then they teed off of it. And there's a landscape box right here. And then possibly, we don't know. I don't know why that would be put over there. This is drip access and not just right near it. Anyway, best to take the process slow if you're not sure so you can avoid repairs. I honestly don't think with how the day has sort of panned out that we're gonna have time to even plant the other 9 trees that we dug holes for. So we're gonna do our best to get what we can in the ground right now. Then we'll probably be back out tomorrow to finish it up. Aaron went over to get the pinchers put back on, and then we can start in. Okay, I'm gonna wait right here until I see which direction Aaron's gonna come. I'm wondering if he's gonna wanna just plant the one birch tree first and then head back behind the barn. We're gonna leave the other 4 birch trees hilled into the mulch for now, just in case we don't get to them today. They can stay all tucked in for the night. It's not getting cold enough to where I think it'll affect anything though. Oh, he's cruising. Oh, he means business. Look at that. Okay, I think he's coming back for behind the barn planting. Oh my gosh, I've got this machine floored. I feel like I'm barely moving. Plant this one first. Oh, it's gorgeous. And it doesn't get super huge. I'm gonna have to look it back up to double check. But deodar cedars in our area, if they survive, they never get to the full size that they say on their tag. They're more of a kind of an accent evergreen for us. Let me look this up again. 25 by 15. Whenever I look up information about trees, if I can find it on either Isley Nursery, which is where I just found this information, or Schmidt, JF Schmidt, like I will trust that information from those 2 websites more than any others. Aaron, what do you think of that one?
It's a beaut.
Isn't it?
We should plant more of these. I like these.
I do too. They're a zone 6, 25 by 15. So I wanted to kind of show you guys that even at maturity, it's not going to touch the fence, or it might barely touch the fence. So it'll stay away from, our neighbor's side of things. I think it's just so nice. Aaron, I do think we need to tip it toward this way, west just a little bit. In fact, if you want to tip it, I can shove some soil in. And the fun thing about this one too is that we've got an Austrian pine to the right and a blue spruce to the left. So it's nice to have something with a little bit of a different texture, different growth habit. So we'll be looking for, smaller, thinner things to tuck behind and in front and fill up this border. The next cedar we have is called Electric Blue. And that one's supposed to get about 15 by 8, which, like I said, for deodar cedars in our area, it's a little bit of a stretch. So they might stay a little bit smaller unless they really like their spot. We had one that we planted near the pond that took hold and it's looking really good. But they're just a fun tree to have in here. Tree number 3, that's a really pretty one. This is a fat Albert blue spruce. So this one is a zone 2 through 8, and it'll grow about 10 to 15 feet tall and wide in about 10 years time. And then it can grow upwards of 40 feet tall and 20 feet wide, which it has plenty of space to do that out here. So it's quite perfect. Aaron's given it a good water in around the root ball before we pack soil in. And that last one we did, the electric blue cedar, that one was not in a wire cage, it was in a twine cage, but they had wrapped the trunk tightly, like 20 times, and I'm not exaggerating, and I had to make so many individual cuts to get that thing unbound. And it was down in, like kind of underneath the soil, and if you don't root around the trunk to make sure that the twine is cut from it and that there isn't any excess in there, even in places where you can't see it, it can eventually girdle and kill the tree. So it's really important to look for those things. And that one was probably one of the harder ones that I've ever untied before.
It's like this water is getting sucked down by a gopher hole or something.
Really?
It's just...
Well, it is dry out here. It wasn't on the berm though. It was pretty moist over there. But this has got a little moisture in it. This could be a lot powdery than it is. Yeah, that looks really good.
Good.
I think if anything, it could be tipped a tiny bit more toward the gator. Yeah, a little bit, and then yeah, the bottom of the trunk looks really straight, and I think that's the most important part.
Yeah.
So this one, you guys, London plane tree at maturity can be anywhere between 70 and 100 feet.
Plane tree is all one word, right?
Yeah, and the spread, 65 to 80 feet. What, Aaron? This was Aaron's pick right here. And they do get these little balls on them. Where are they? I saw one hanging off of this.
How come this tree doesn't look prime?
Well, I don't know.
I think we kind of forgot about it a little bit. I don't think the drip was operating top notch during the pond.
Oh, sure.
build.
It's going to be fine though. There's so much green left on it. And based on our other one that we planted, the exclamation one out in the south garden, that one, remember, it totally froze this spring.
Yeah.
And then it came back. So I think we're going to be good. This is a zone 5 through 8, and they get just giant leaves on them. Oh, I can see some of the little balls I was talking about. Can you see those right up in there? Might be a little hard to see. But Aaron assures me that the mess won't be a big deal. We'll see. He said, well, he can just mow up all the leaves that, fall in the grass, and then it's back here tucked in toward, the hillside, so we could possibly just blow leaves off the hill.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I figured of all places, this would probably be a great spot to have it because it can just do its thing. There's tons of space out here, and it can be just like this glorious, massive tree. And I think they're pretty fast growers. Is that soil just the best to play in? With bare feet especially.
It's kind of sandy.
Yeah, it is. And whatever soil this tree was planted in, it was sucking the water up just like crazy. Okay, I have time to plant that last birch tree, Erin, and then I gotta go start the cornbread. My parents are coming over for dinner, so after work. After they get off work, I told them I've got ham and beans on. So we will get that last birch planted here in a second. Yeah, it looks good from this side too. Love it. Okay, there's the 1 out of the 5 heritage birch trees planted. Aaron's just gonna leave his tractor right here until we come back out tomorrow to fill in these other 4 holes. Now this tree right here will grow roughly 50-ish feet tall. It can get a little bit taller if it's probably in a riverbed, but it's not here, so it'll probably cap out. It might even stay a little shorter than 50, and then usually about a 30 to 35 foot spread. They are a zone 4 through 9 and pretty fast growers, so I think they're going to be really pretty planted right in here in a big clump. You know, sometimes we've got a few clump heritage birch trees around here where they've planted 3 like in the same container. So we're giving them a little bit more space to start off with, and it's just kind of a neat feel, I think, to have some areas really densely planted while we leave others a little bit more open. All right, you guys, until tomorrow, we will get back out here, finish the rest of the tree planting. There goes Aaron. And we will hopefully get the potatoes harvested. Good morning. We are back at it this morning, or I should say Aaron's been back at it. He came out here and hand dug the hole for the plum tree just in case there were lines, and we're there? Nope. You know what though? Better safe than sorry. Little elbow grease saves money and time and repairs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is that deep enough?
Well, I think so.
Probably pretty close.
Yeah, I really think that that's perfect.
Okay,
so we're just gonna get this in the ground. Again, this is a Crowder Vesuvius plum. I don't know if I mentioned that before. It grows 20 feet tall by 15 feet wide, zone 4 through 9. And it will add some beautiful purple or that red element over here, which we will need more of. You can see from this angle the beautiful color. I am excited about it. So we'll plant this one, and then we're gonna move over and plant the rest of those birch trees. There's 4 more left. Well, there are the 5 birch trees. Do you love having them this close together?
Yeah, it's like a nice grove.
Yeah, it's fun. It kind of makes you want to like continue on a bit. Make it a little bit more forest-esque out here, especially when the rest of it looks, well, you can see just beyond it what it looks like. So Aaron's gonna work on tucking these in while I go start our potato harvest and get that done. But this just gives you kind of an end shot of what they look like. And let me just kind of go this direction. From every angle, they'll look different. That's kind of how groupings go. Like, I almost feel like, Aaron, we could put another one right in the middle there.
Right here?
Like right there.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Well, from this angle, but from this angle,
That's so much.
no,
Yeah.
It looks really good. Yeah, that is so pretty. And I just wanted to point out, if you can see that T-post right over there, the horse pasture fence will be right here to the other one that's kind of by that little pile of gravel over there. So there's actually quite a lot of room in between where these trees are and where the fence will be. More planting opportunities, Aaron.
Lots of trees.
Yes. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do a walkthrough of all the tree planting because I think we stopped after every one of them and kind of took a look. So we're going to head out to the cut flower garden next, and we are going to get those potatoes, the last of the potatoes, dug up and ready for storage. Okay, here are the German butterball potatoes, looking a lot less awesome than they did the last time we were out here. So we had 2 other varieties in this location, and we did them one at a time this year instead of harvesting them all at the same time, which was quite nice. So the goal is just to get these all dug up. And I can already see like potatoes pushing through the ground here. Oh, I love digging potatoes. It's so awesome. Uh-oh, something's eating on them too. So I've got my digging fork and some crates, so we're just gonna get this done. We got so many potatoes. Drove over here to the shade so we could see them a little bit better, but look at this harvest just from the one variety. So the German butterballs, they have yellow interior and they're really good. Just kind of an all-purpose potato. I think that they're known most for their ability to stay together when you cook them. So they're really good for potato salads. They don't just fall apart, but I use them for all kinds of different things and they store really well. And I think that these are roughly like a 100 to 125 day potato, right in that range. But look at this. I thought this was such a beautiful example of how they grow. So you can see your potato right here and then they sprout from an eye and create these little roots that feed the plant, and then also create more tubers along the way. So the eyes look like this right here. They don't look like much, but they're like the little growth points for your potatoes. And we got a few wonky ones, lots of little ones, and some really decent sized potatoes. And also had a few that were chomped. There were runs all over underneath the canopy of those potato plants. It looked almost like gopher mounds, but the runs were smaller and they didn't go way down underneath like gopher runs usually do. It almost was like vole tracks or something like that. But something was definitely feasting on our potato crop. Not enough to make a huge dent. I mean, we've got a tremendous amount of potatoes when you include especially the other two varieties that we already have in storage. So what we'll do at this point again is we will keep them in the barn just for them to have a chance to dry off a little bit. All this excess soil, we were still watering that row because I do still have some lima beans to pick. So anyway, yeah, we'll let them dry for about a week or so and then we'll dust off the majority of the dirt and then we put them into storage into our root cellar. And we just make sure that they're not exposed to light. So we put them in burlap sacks and then we store them in crates or baskets that have good air circulation. But oh, I'm just so excited. And you guys, that is going to do it for our projects today. 10 trees in the ground, potatoes are all done and dug. It feels good. Another couple of things checked off our list. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video and we will see you in the next one. Bye.